In the shop today, we've got a 2015 Audi A3 2-liter TDI. This, I believe, is the EA288 engine. We're going to do an X1 bypass filter kit on it today. Okay, so for your filter location on this 2015 A3, frame mount bracket, and what we ended up doing is we put some riv nuts in here. So on the driver's side frame, we drilled holes and installed riv nut to put these bolts on. Right there, completely protected by the splash guard, makes it for easy draining. Just pull the lid, draining the oil out of it when you change it. You can use a riv nut here. Frame is actually thick enough you can use a self-tap body bolt. It's pretty hefty, hard steel. You can also mount it on the passenger side if you'd like. So you have to slide your bolt up through this hole and then bring it down through this hole. And the same thing on this one. You have to come up in this hole and drop your bolt down through here. Or you just use a riv nut or a body bolt and you can mount this filter right here. So I would suggest putting it here over the passenger side, because the passenger side, this is where your serpentine belt and all of these moving parts are. It also makes it a little harder to drain just because it's a little bit different over here on your splash guard. Okay, so we're doing the return line first while it's up in the air. The pressure line we're gonna have to pull from the top. So this is our AN06 14 by 1.5 adapter into the drain plug of the oil pan. And this is going to be torqued to about 60 inch-pounds. This fitting is an AN06 FJ90 on the end of a 4-foot 3-inch hose. So that is 122 inch-pounds on the AN06 fitting, which is probably a little less than what your torque spec is, but it's tight enough. But you have to back up the AN14 by 1.5, AN06 14 by 1.5. That's the O-ring, the straight thread that goes into the oil pan. Has to be backed up. Otherwise you will over torque it and break it off. So you back it up. First you torque this adapter to 60 inch-pounds. And then you hold it. And then you torque the hose nut, AN06, to 122. So all while you're holding the hose where you want it. So we are going to run this hose up around transmission. So this is 4 foot 3 inches long with the 90 on one side, the FJ90 on one side. You're between your engine cradle up over your transmission support bracket, up over the top of that, around. It just slides right up through all these little holes everywhere. And we are going to run it up. In order to get it to fit on the top of this housing, we had to put an extra loop in the top up here. So this loop, we got this extra loop of hose that goes up above your ground cable and loops back, and this AN0604 MS90 that goes into the top of your filter housing in the out port. So your filter housing will be right here, and this will be threaded into the bottom of the out port. Then we drilled a couple of holes in this plastic shroud, this inner fender, and so we're gonna zip tie the hose to this inner fender. So this is the inner fender. We have a zip tie right here, pushed through that hole. So we're gonna get to the oil pressure sensor, the green one. I'll show you that later. First, we got to take the air intake out. So we're going to pull a couple of these things off. Say I've already got it off. Pull that off. And then these are just have like rubber grommets. So you just have to pull it up over the rubber grommet and that whole thing comes out. So we've got the air intake box off, filter box off. We're going to take off this intake pipe. You've got this Torx bolt here, one here, and there's one on the other side here, and then this one hose clamp back here. And we should be able to pull out this intake tube, and we'll be able to access the oil pressure sensor that's in the side of the filter housing. This is just going to make it easier. We probably could do it with it intact, but for being able to show you with the camera and actually see everything, we're going to pull it. Okay, so we got this intake pipe out. This one right down here. This green sensor right here is the one we're going to pull. So that's the oil filter housing. It's right above the oil filter. We're going to pull this sensor out and put our T in. And I'm going to use a 15/16 socket after I get the plug off of it, which is easier said than done. I got it. Okay. And that was literally all it took. It was not tight. It's not very tight. It's into a plastic housing. It's got a brass insert in a plastic housing. Come on. There we go. Okay. This is a total pain. Sucks. So I'm going to show you out here. Should have this all apart. Sensor comes out, goes to the side. You put the T in. This is the swivel T. You torque it to 60 inch-pounds with a 22 millimeter socket. right? Remember, this is a plastic housing with a brass insert that you're threading this into. 60 inch-pounds. Don't break it. Take your T, face it down at about the 630 position. Thread sealant that fitting. Stick it in. Back up against here and torque that with a crow's foot. It's a 16 millimeter crow's foot. 122 inch-pounds. Then, this is the end of your hose. And you slide the end of your hose on and you back up with your 16 millimeter. And then you use your 18 or your 11/16 and you torque, holding against this wrench, 122 inch-pounds, this to this, okay? And then we'll take this sensor and thread it into the T, and again, we'll hold here with a wrench, and then we will torque this to 60 inch-pounds, and then you put your plug in. And all of that sits right down there. It's really fun to get to. Our pressure port, which is right down here on that oil pressure sensor, you can see I'm pointing to, right there. We're gonna remove the electric cooling fans. And Audi was so good to us, they didn't even put bolts on it. There's just these 4 little clips right here. So you have to press this back side. You have to press it in, and then, so it looks like this, and it slides in here. So you press this back off and slide the whole mechanism out. This whole fan assembly, we can drop out the bottom now. So we're putting some thread sealant on this 1/4 inch tapered thread. This is our supply. This is our return. We're gonna torque these to 122 inch-pounds. Just gotta make sure these are gonna work right where they're at. I don't have that set. 122 inch-pounds. Okay, so that backup bolt I pulled out of here is the same as this one right here. But because I'm in the shop, I have some spares laying around, so I used it. It's probably all right. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. There we go. When you get your filter housing, this bolt is not torqued. The machine shop puts the element in and puts the bolt in. They're not torqued. So before you start your engine, fill your oil, torque it, which is, if you're at 0 degrees, it's 30 foot-pounds. If you're at 200 degrees, you're at 35 foot-pounds. Also, oil sample port. This is also available as well. So you can pull a little oil sample, little dust cover on there. When you push this up, it'll allow oil to flow out. So this is our filter, which is a representation of what is going into your engine bearing journals, because it's usually post-filter, post-spin-on filter, or factory engine filter is what is in this side of the filter, of our filter. Lorenzo's 5W40. This 2-liter TDI engine is a 5.5 quart sump, so we started with 6 quarts. We'll top it off. So we just installed the bypass filter, the X1, in here. We filled it with, original capacity is 5.5 quarts. We did about 6.5 to fill it with the new X1 filter installed as well. So he's got the X1, he's got the Lorenzo's oil, and he'll fill up and throw Lorenzo's fuel enhancement in it on his way home.